Welcome to Across the Pond Aces. It is a little bit later than usual for the episode, but someone decided to go cross country, and because cross country for us is like 40 minutes from coast to coast, in Scotland it's not me. So, Jasmine, how you doing? Out in
I'm
the
actually
mid east, midwest.
I'm actually pretty good. Enjoying the weather. It's actually pretty nice out here versus dealing with that 100-degree hot weather in Vegas. So how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. It is actually hot, hot, hot here. I think right now. Now, remembering this is at 11 o'clock at night, it's like 66 degrees.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's pretty hot and it's humid, and I don't deal well with humidity. Give me the desert any day of the week.
Yeah, it's what, 5? It's 5 p.m. here and it's 78.
See, like I'm not even that far away from you. Like really, in the grand scheme of things. But you were in Vegas last week when we had some games on, and we had Seattle, which was fun. But I mean, the biggest story of the week has to be that the point Gowd is back.
Yes. Yes. When I tell you, I wish you could have heard the video I posted on the Instagram page. It didn't even do it justice. When I say that building was so loud, I've never heard that building that loud before. It was crazy. Standing ovation. Yeah, it was.
Deserves it though.
Oh, absolutely. It was good to see. It was like a lot of people were saying how it gave them chills, like just how happy they were. It was just, I mean, we all were happy. I mean, even the Aces was happy because how they played Aces basketball that game.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I've always heard this thing where one player doesn't make a team. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, obviously we love Asia, and Asia is amazing, but there's only so much she can do. But
Mhm.
then you throw Chelsea into the mix, along with Kelsey, along with Jackie, and oh my god, like it was like watching a totally different team to what we've watched all season long.
I was like, "What the heck?" And I kid you not, we all just for the people on YouTube, we just sitting there with our hands like just smile on our face, like just happy. It was like we were just happy. Like it took people a minute just to even sit down after she even checked into the game finally.
Oh,
It was
really?
really, yeah, it was crazy.
Good to see her back for sure, and it's that energy she brings. Now, in all fairness, she's only scored a single point, but like you say, with the atmosphere, that's not really about what her coming back was about, extra
Yeah.
points or rebounds or assists or anything. This was more about like an injection of her into the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. It was just she was getting her feet wet. What she did on the floor, she was still, "Hey, you go there. Nope, nope, pick here." And she was still doing her thing. She was moving those pieces how she normally do it. So it worked. She That one point, it was a good one point. We all was going crazy after she every time she touched the ball, you could see everybody with their phone up, just ready to record, just ready. Anytime she touched the ball, it was just we all just happy to have her back. It was
And
nice.
that's the thing, like, it's not often that a player in any sport can have that kind of impact.
Mhm.
But to be able to have that kind of impact, I mean, you look at Jackie Young, she scores 32 points.
Mhm.
Asia's got 27.
Yep.
Like, and you look at the shooting percentages, all of a sudden, like, they're all increased. Everyone right across the board. Alicia Clark is in double digits for points for I think for probably the second time this season. Uh, Kia Stokes
She shot
had
a
some
3.
points. She hit 3. So a lot of those, fives hitting threes, over the last week because Aliyah Boston hit one for
Mhm.
for the Fever yesterday. But I think what's really, really important, and you're not gonna see it on a box score, is that atmosphere. Because I watched it, I did watch it, and I was I was kinda like, "Oh, man, it's like one of those games that you wish you were there because it looked mental, even on TV."
It was it was crazy. I would keep saying it because it was just like, you know how you got that you're just getting your family member back from, like, recovery and everything, and you're just happy to see that person just doing good and on the floor, like, just doing what they're supposed to be doing, like, it was good to see, like, I was trying my best not to scream, jump, like, clap, like, it was like, you couldn't help it. That
Yeah,
atmosphere, it was contagious. I
it
don't think
looked
she
insane.
Yeah, I don't think she was even expecting a standing ovation. She was just looking around when she got on the floor, and she was just like, "Whoa!" Like you would see her, and she was just like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." Like I don't think she was expecting a standing ovation.
No, she deserves it, and I think if you look at the performance right across the board, offense, defense, we played Seattle before, and they beat us.
Yep,
Whereas this time, we were pretty comfortable. We held Joe Lloyd to a single point. 34 minutes, and we held Joe Lloyd to a single point.
I don't even
Now,
know who Jewel Lloyd was that game because boy, oh boy, Skylar Diggins too.
she only had 10. It
Yeah,
was it was NECA who had 21. Like, she was
hmm
flying. I mean, she was doing pretty well. Uh, but yeah, and Ezzy, she 13 rebounds, 19 points as
yeah,
well. So, there's I mean, if you take out one player or maybe even two, that team's still gonna score from somewhere at some point, and
hmm
they did that pretty well. I think Jordan Horston came out off the bench
And
and
she
did
had
a
18,
pretty
right?
yeah, she had 18. She did a
Yeah,
pretty decent job, 6 rebounds as well. But the important thing here, because I read a stat that said that the the Aces, had lost for the first time 3 games in a row since, like, 2019,
yeah,
and I was like, "Wow, an intense stat." 3
yeah.
games, because it's very easy to lose 3 games in the WNBA.
For us to even do that is when we haven't done that in years is like we gotta just get it together, guys. Come on.
Yeah, and we did. We win that game pretty comfortably, I would say. Um, given like they beat us 78 to 65, so we did not score well at the beginning of
Yeah.
June. But this game we win 94-83. So I think we turned the tables pretty damn well on the Storm. Was there anything else that happened at the game that was obviously the Chelsea was the big thing, but anything else going on at the
Um,
game?
the rotation, the Becky rotation of the game was probably the best that she had done it so far this season. Even like with the following game, the rotation was to me it was great, and I think it worked that way. And I think with Chelsea being back, it was kind of easier to rotate everybody like that and everybody to jump back into their initial roles because you got Jackie trying to step up and play Chelsea role and still play her role, which I mean, 32 points. She's doing a heck of a job. But that was pretty that was pretty much it that game. I know at one point, yeah, we finally played Aces basketball. That was it. Like it was to that game. It wasn't too much to say. I mean, at the beginning of the game, we were struggling for a little bit, but I mean, we got over that. But other than that, yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing much, but how electric the crowd was.
Now up next was the Connecticut Sun, and this was a game that I was worried about because the Connecticut Sun are a pretty damn good team every year, no matter who they put out. Coached well, like solid players on their team that
Yeah,
are not. they're not just gonna come into a building and kinda roll over. Asia Wilson still manages to score 26 points, 16 rebounds. Kia
Yes.
Stokes, maybe this is Chelsea coming back, but Kia
Oh,
Stokes,
she been
again,
balling.
7 points, 10 rebounds total, and a couple assists, in there, a couple of steals, and I'm like, is this what Kia has been missing? Kia has been missing Chelsea Gray.
I think too with that, like looking back in from the previous games and with Chelsea coming back, I think it was probably harder for people to get the ball in her hands, or they
Mm,
didn't know the right way to do that because they really didn't have to do it.
yeah.
So I think that was probably part of it, not just knowing how and where to fit her into getting the ball because it's, hey, we playing us three, we could do it. And I think
Yeah.
including everybody else, I think was pretty much hard to do that.
It was pretty awesome. And when you talk about that rotation, I mean, everyone played in that
Mhm,
Connecticut game.
mhm.
Jessica Carr, Sydney Colson, Kate Martin, Megan Gustafsson, Chelsea, obviously, and Alicia. So it was good. It was a good overall performance, I think. Again, Aces basketball, kind of getting back to that.
Yep.
And it's amazing, like Chelsea, you took that video a couple of weeks ago where Chelsea's on the bench and she's directing people and telling people what to do. And Becky's just gonna stand there like, "Whoa,
Becky's like, "Oh, you
uh,
got it."
you got it. I'm just gonna take a break." Uh, but and then, I mean, Chelsea only played 17 minutes. I mean, that's fine. I'm happy with that because she's coming back from a long-term injury. I'd rather she took it
Easy.
easy,
Yeah.
and eased back in. But I think sometimes it's a little bit different being a floor general that's not on the floor.
Mhm.
There's only so much you can do.
Yep, it's
So
only so much.
seeing her back on the floor,
Yeah.
and she looked really comfortable, which
Mhm.
is, I think, the important thing. It means that, that injury's maybe not niggling her or anything else like that, which is good. And they are limiting her minutes, which I also think is good. I I always worry when players are rushed back
Yeah.
because there's always that fear that either they re-injure the same injury or they end up with a whole set of new issues.
Yeah. I know Becky was saying, after in the press conference, she was just saying, like, how she wasn't even supposed to play the 17 minutes. Even like the previous game, she wasn't even supposed to play as many minutes as she did, but
Yeah,
she saw that she was okay and everything like that, and you should just let her go ahead and do her thing. But if she saw anything, of course, she was like, she was gonna pull her out. But even Chelsea, she said she's doing pretty good. That was the first question we all wanted to know when she first came in because Becky was like, "Oh yeah, after I leave out of here, that's gonna be the first thing I ask is how is she feeling now?" But she said she was good and she just was happy to be back on the floor.
and that's perfect. I mean, and that's what we want to hear. So I'm over the moon, and you know what? She's playing limited minutes, and we're winning games again. So she might not be back at 100% yet, but if this is what we can produce with Chelsea not at 100%, maybe she's at like 60 or 70% just now. Like, imagine what it's going to be like when she is on that floor starting every game.
I can't wait. It's like don't count us out yet. We still it's still a lot of time in the season, so I think we'd be okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't see Indiana taking over us anytime soon. Uh, so I have to get a dig in somewhere. Um, you know, I feel bad I feel bad for the fans that were there before all this hoopla around Caitlin Clark. I even
Yeah.
feel sorry for Caitlin Clark if I'm brutally honest. Let us talk as I look at this, and I'm looking at the All Star voting because All Star isn't that far away,
Yeah.
which is pretty awesome. And um, before we even talk about All Star. Now I know this doesn't involve the Aces, but everyone enjoys a cup final, and
Yeah,
the Commissioners' Cup final is tomorrow when we're recording this. Technically, for me
yeah,
it's today, but for you it's tomorrow.
it'll be
Uh,
tomorrow.
but we have Ava, who actually works for our Across the Pond NHL show. She is actually going to be at the game, all media credentialed up for the game. She's going to go and cover the game for Across the Pond Liberty, just because she happens to live in New York, more than anything else. So looking forward to seeing what Ava has in store for us for that game. I think it'll be an awesome game. I think
Oh, so
it's
yeah.
Liberty's Lynx. I think that's going to be a pretty sweet game. So a good game for her to go to as well.
Oh, that's a real good game to go to. Yeah, I can't wait to see what she bring back.
Yeah, I might even pay attention to Across the Pond Liberty this week. Oh dear.
I said I was gonna
Um,
listen. I said I was gonna listen to their episode just to see what they talking about over there.
yeah, you see what crap I don't think they mentioned the horse collar last week, so
Nope.
I don't think they did. Kelsey Plum. So
Mhm.
actually that was one of the stupid comments that I seen online was someone said that was a common foul, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, so clotheslining somebody is a common foul. Got it. We okay.
I want to play basketball with you. I'm telling you, I want to play basketball with you because I will happily clothesline anyone. Um, like, just
Like
let me
what?
at 'em.
Oh
Intense.
man.
But All-Star voting has happened. Now, I do have an issue with All-Star voting this year because, and I am very happy they brought this back from
Yeah.
the last Olympics, is Team USA versus Team WNBA. Makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. So why in God's green earth can you vote for the Team USA players? Surely you would take them out of the equation and just allow everyone else to vote. Like,
Yeah.
because they're, I mean, if you're Team USA, I mean, you would have been an all-star anyway. So,
Right.
like, I don't understand it.
To me, it makes no sense. The only thing I could see the reason why they would do it is to pick the starters out of that for Team USA. But it's still to me that it doesn't make any sense why they do that. Just take them out
Yeah,
and let
I think the coach would rather pick the starting five for that
yeah,
team because, like, that's the starting five she's probably going to have in Paris.
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Does not make
Sometimes
sense.
sometimes the WBA don't make sense, but
Yeah, sometimes I struggle. However, will the real number 22 please stand up? Asia Wilson, number one in voting. Um, what I find actually kind of good is that number two and number three, both from the Fever, Caitlin Clark and Alea Boston. Now, Alea Boston was an All Star last year in her rookie
mhm.
year, first rookie ever to be in an All Star game.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Clark is going to follow that up this year, being the second.
Number
Uh,
2.
yeah, 22. Um, so second 22, and she's second. Yeah, second rookie. So there's a lot of seconds coming. But like, it's I say this in jest, but you know, I'm glad that Indiana fans or indeed WNBA fans have remembered LA Boston because it would, with all
Yeah.
the razzmatazz around Caitlin, like it'd be very easy to forget that Boston's even there.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's to me, I feel like I think that's the same thing that would happen with Kate too, because Kate is really good, and with Caitlyn being there, it kinda overshadows that next person. Because I mean, that was a lead team first, so
Yeah,
and I think people don't realize that that was her team first. Like, she took them to where they were last year, like, she did that.
yeah. She was
Some
awesome
these
last year.
yeah, I think these new fans just they don't
Time to
know.
I mean, there's recency bias, but, like, not to even know what happened last year. I mean, come on, get a grip of yourself.
Mhm.
You've got Brianna Stewart, who is Team USA in there,
Yeah.
Sabrina, Kelsey, Nafisa. Derek Hamby is listed on there, but today Derek
Yes.
Hamby, it's been announced, will be playing in place of Cameron Brink in the 3v3
Sure.
tournament,
Yeah.
out at the Olympics. So, not obviously great for Cameron Brink, who had started her rookie season very well, and was doing
She was
I think
doing
she
goo
was really
she was doing good.
yeah, she was. She was getting really into the team. The team were kind of getting around her. Um, it is nice that Derek Hamby's gonna have that option
Mhm.
now to go out to Paris, or she doesn't have the option, she's going, out to Paris, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of the players not playing in the Team USA jerseys, out of the kinda top players, you've got Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston, who we've mentioned. You've then got
Mhm.
Arike, you've
Yeah.
then got Angel Reese, and then Derek Hamby will be on that team as well. How much I mean, I've been watching these Fever Sky games, because we've had, what, 3 of them already. In fact, I don't even think they play each other again now for the rest of the season. So it's like they've got them out of the way, like,
They got
all
him
in
out the
one.
way. Yeah.
But how good have those games been?
Oh, that last game was a really, really good game. I was like, that game was better than the first couple.
Yeah.
I That game, I really enjoyed that game. It was like how Reese just came up and got them back. It was just that game was good. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And Angel Reese, she kinda led the way as a leader on that team and was like, "We're 15 points down, and I'm gonna put you all on my back, and I'm gonna get
All in
us
the fourth
going."
quarter.
It was a heck of a 4th quarter.
She was looking like a little mini age out there.
By the way, see for someone who's so small, she rebounds a lot, and I say small in comparison to other players in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Like, she knows how to box out and rebound, like, at a phenomenal rate. And she doesn't look like she's built that big, but,
Oh,
like, she's keeping Aaliyah Boston out of rebounds. I'm like, "Wow, that is phenomenal." Um, but yeah, so I think All-Star should be quite fun. I did like it when, just before the Tokyo Olympics, where they did the Team USA versus WNBA, because the WNBA team won that game
yeah.
and was the only defeat that Team USA had. Uh, so I have had since, I think. So I really liked it because I liked that format because it felt more, because you had players like, Courtney in there, and, like,
Yeah.
Courtney was like a run and gun player, and I don't know if she'll be in and about the team this year, but you had players, like, that came off after they won, and they were like, "Not putting us on Team USA." Like, there was, like, a real
That's what you get. Yep.
"That's what you get." And I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was such a nice story, nice narrative to have for them going out to the Olympics.
Yep.
"Oh, yeah, we got a wee bit of a chip on our shoulder now because we just got beat by an
Yep.
all-star team." But I thought it was fun. I thought it was enjoyable. I did think, unlike the last 2 All-Stars, there was a lot more competition in that one between
Yeah.
USA and the All-Star team, because the All-Star team did have that kind of like, "Oh, we wanna
That
go out and
chip.
beat you."
Yep. I think it's gonna be like that this year too. Did
Hmm.
you did you see who's number 12 on the
No.
list?
No, it's number 12.
Our Kate Martin.
She's number 12.
She's number 12
Now, is that number 12, like,
in the
with
voting.
but is that including, like, Asia and all the Team USA players?
Yeah.
Well, she's in then.
Yep. 12.
Gee, that could be
Yep.
fun.
They
Where's
just
Jackie?
announced that today.
I've not
Let's
seen
see.
anything today. I'm just looking at the one from the other day
Let's see.
because 'cause it'd be fun to have Jackie and Kate on one side.
Against the other two.
Yeah. 'cause
I
I
gotta.
don't I don't think I don't think Chelsea will play in this game
I
for the
don't think she
USA.
will. I don't think she will either.
I think they'll rest her. I mean, she may come on for, like, a ceremonial minute or 2, but yeah, I would rather, because it's not a competitive game, let's be honest. Same when they
Yeah.
come to London, I don't expect to see Chelsea playing, or I mean, they're gonna be playing Canada and Vegas as well, so again, but then Chelsea might just say, "No, I wanna play." And it's one of those where you're kinda like,
Let me
I
play
mean,
2 minutes.
yeah, I mean, it's the point guard. I mean, you can't really mess with the point guard for sure.
Jackie is on the list. The number that she is one. She got to be like 15 or somewhere in there. I gotta actually count it.
That's alright. So, I think what we need to do as Aces fans is, because Asia is already there, Kelsey is already there, let's stop voting for them, and let's vote for Kate Martin, and we'll
Yeah,
make sure that Kate Martin is gonna be there.
yeah,
Because in fact, I just realized that Jackie's on Team USA,
yeah,
so, like, doesn't matter where Jackie is in the either, because she's gonna be on Team USA anyway.
yeah. That is
So,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
so let's just, as Aces fans, let's channel Kate Martin, and let's
yeah.
see if we can
Let's
get
get Kate up there.
see if we can get Kate Martin into the All-Star game, because I think that would be hilarious. Because there's a lot of
Yeah.
narratives on the back of that as well, because obviously she'll be playing with Caitlin, who she played alongside at Iowa, and it'd be
Hmm.
funny if she had a better game than Caitlin Clark. But, that's just my pettiness coming out. But this is awesome, like, we've got 4 people on Team USA, and then, yeah, let's
Yeah,
vote the heck out of Kate Martin
we got to get Clay
between
Martin.
now and All-Star to get her there. That's it. We're gonna start a campaign, and I'm gonna make posters, and we're gonna put them up online, and we'll put links so people can go vote for Kate Martin.
Because I think she's gonna get bumped up anyways because a lot of people was voting for Cameron. So she's literally it's Cameron then Kate. So
Oh, she'll get bumped
I
up.
she should get bumped up.
Let's
Yeah,
let's get her so many votes that she starts. Like, let's just get her so many votes that that they have to
we
start
gotta
her.
Aces Nation. Let's do it. We gotta do it. We gotta get Kate up there.
We are
We
gonna
gotta
get
get
Kate
her
out
up
there. I'm gonna make posters. I'm gonna put them online. We'll put little links so people can go vote, and they can vote for Kate Martin, 'cause
like we in school. Vote for vote for Kate Martin for president.
that's yeah, we need see, we never had anything like that in Scotland. We don't have class presidents or anything like that. But, yeah, I remember seeing it from movies and stuff. You
Hmm.
Americans love a vote. But, like, yeah, I'm going for that. Kate Martin for president, or a starter. I prefer the starter part, to be honest. But she's been in the news as well. Actually, she's been in the news twice. Um, First of all, um, she shared a picture online with her and a former teammate, and now
Yep,
everyone's like,
they're
"Oh, that's
running.
her. That's it. They're romantically involved and blah 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 blah." Who cares? Like, let the girl have a private life. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like she
Like,
can't have friends. Sheesh.
I know, like, who's to say this girl hasn't kind of come across country because she's got some time off, and she thought she'd go and hang out with her buddy who can probably get her pretty decent seats at Michelob Arena.
Yeah,
Like, not gonna lie, like, it's a good kind of friend to have if you want decent seats.
absolutely. Because I definitely take that friend.
I'd take that. I'd take that. Kate, we all want to be your friend, Kate. That's it. Like, everyone wants to be friends with you. So we're all gonna vote for Kate, and we all want to be Kate's friend. Is how we're going. But there was a thing. So she got to it was after one of the games. I don't know which game it was, but it was after one of the games. She switched jerseys or swapped jerseys with
Mhm.
Martin Held from the Buffalo Bills. He
Yeah.
was a defensive end, um, and they both went to the same high school apparently,
Okay.
and they both went to Iowa.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "Okay, that was actually a nice, jersey exchange." And it was random, it looked like to me.
Yeah, it sounds a bit random when you think about it, but I think it's not very. I don't think it's very often that like two people would go to the same school, the same college, and then both end up in professional sports. I mean, maybe it happens more often than I realize, but I just thought it was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
I think that's pretty cool too. I mean, 'cause it's like that. You get some people who you go to the same high school with and you go to the same college, but one person will still be able to follow their dream, and the other person is doing something that has nothing to do with what they really wanted to do at first. So yeah, being both of them being able to do professional sports, going to both high school and college, that's nice.
No, it's really cool, and they both signed each other's jerseys as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So it's not as if it's just a "Oh, here, hold that for a minute for a picture." It's like, obviously, there's a lot of thought and stuff has went into this. They both signed each other's jerseys, and I would imagine they will be hung somewhere, in each other's homes or offices or whatever. But I thought it was really cool. I thought, it's I do think there is crossover potential between the WNBA and not just the NBA, but like the NFL,
NFL, yeah,
NHL, Major League Baseball, and I think we've seen it in Chicago when Angel Reese, like, did the first pitch at a game and, like, the
yeah,
ceremonial pitch at a game. So, I think there's a there's some good I think some good vibes when it comes to doing crossover with other sports, and hopefully we
yeah.
can see a little bit more of this.
I think Mark was gonna be the one to actually be able to do it. So I think that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. That'd be cool. But, um, up next, we have Chicago, we have
Yeah,
Washington. I'm gonna be honest, like, I mean, Chicago looked good against Indiana, but, both those teams, similar records. Cardosa is phenomenal, as is Angel Reese, and for some reason, they're getting a lot out of Carter as well. What are we thinking about Chicago? Is this a win?
oh yeah. Especially if
Yeah.
been playing how we've been playing. Yeah, absolutely. Like
Now, I will say Washington are the next game after that, and yeah, I think that's a foregone conclusion. That's a win.
easy.
Yeah, I feel bad for Washington because I've
I
always had
feel
this
bad for
soft
them.
spot because I'm a big Elena Deladon fan, and so, like, I'm kinda gutted.
They in the same boat the Sparks were in last season, where they was trying to rebuild and trying to work around certain players and then not working out. So I think that's where the misses are right now. Trying to figure it out because they lost a lot of players when you think about it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
lost
no, they have.
they lost a
Cloud,
lot of players. Yeah.
Elena Deladon, she's taken a year out. I I question whether she actually comes back because she's had
I don't think
so many injuries with her back and stuff.
yeah, her back, yeah.
And I think right now, and I'm speculating off of things that I've heard, but just now I don't think it's an injury that's keeping her out. It's like a family situation type thing that's keeping her out this season effectively. So hopefully things settle down for Alina. Hopefully we do see her back in the W because I think she's phenomenal.
Yeah. I think so. I but her back and
Yeah.
I think she might end up just retiring, honestly. I
You know
mean,
you know who we haven't heard from is Ali Quigley. Like,
it
she
is
took a
like
year off last year, and there is no sign of her on a WNBA roster. Now, the assumption would be that she would play for the Liberty, but
Because yes, yeah,
I don't think that's a I don't think from the Liberty standpoint that's something that they would want to do financially because of the cap,
yeah,
and like they just don't have room.
no, and I don't think she probably either A, she's probably like, "Hey, I don't mind," or, "Hey, I do actually wanna get on the team." I mean, cause she can get on a team.
Oh yeah, she could get in the team, like without a doubt. Allie
Yeah,
Quigley could make a team.
easy. But, yeah, I don't
And
I
by
don't
the way, I think if she put out like a statement saying, "I want to come back and I want to play," I reckon within about 5 minutes she's had like four different phone calls from four different teams asking
aces
like,
make room.
if, you know what? I've said it before. Like I would take Ali Quigley in a heartbeat. Like if you want someone who's clutch, who's going to hit
Mhm.
threes right when you need them, Ali Quigley is the person to do that.
Oh, so, okay, another thing, happened too. Asia just released her logo for her new shoe for the A1. Um, it's like a star and like a one. What picking up? I personally, I don't know if it's like a meaning behind it or anything like that, but I feel like it could have represented her a little bit better. That's
Yeah,
my opinion.
like, I know because her foundation has got like, the AW
Hmm.
type kinda logo. Um, I don't know. I think we have to get into the meaning of it. There's
Yeah,
I mean, there's a fair amount online already about it, to be fair.
yeah,
Because what was it, 2 days ago she released it. So, um,
yeah.
I think the important thing here is that she's getting her signature shoe and they're putting her like a logo that I think she's put together with
Yeah.
Nike, that they can have that on the shoe because you see it now. Like everyone wants their own kind of logo, their own signature, and
Mhm.
everything else. So yeah, I think the positive is that she has her own shoe,
Yep.
and I think the meaning behind it will probably come out as we
Okay.
get closer.
Yeah.
Because I think I read somewhere that these shoes won't be out till next year.
Yeah.
Signature collection will be released by Nike in 2025.
Yeah.
I feel that's a long way away. Um, but having spoken to people at Nike in the past, I I have an idea of why these things take so long, like why they have sit down meetings with players, NBA
Yeah.
players, in February, March time to talk about their shoes for like the following season.
Yeah.
Because obviously it takes time to make those shoes and
Yeah.
get them out to market and stuff. So hopefully we will see and hear more about it very soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Because I get it. The meaning behind it would change probably how everybody think about the logo. Because I'm, it's a lot of people that are like, "Hey, I don't like the logo," but I'm happy she got a shoe, so I don't care
Yeah, I'm
if
happy she
if
got a
she
shoot
love
in.
it.
And I think you're right. I think like once we figure out like what the logo kind of means and the
Mhm.
kind of meaning behind it, then yeah, because I'm sure like because it's Asia and like you took that video like a week ago now where she's sitting in a press conference and, she's getting emotional about her team.
Yeah.
And I think she's one of these types of players that she plays with her heart on her shoulder. And like, but I get the feeling, and I don't know this because again, I don't know Asia Wilson, but I get the feeling she's one of these people who everything she does in life, like, it is all about her heart and like putting
Yeah.
everything into everything that she does.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll find out soon. There is a couple other players, obviously, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Escu, that all have these deals. Cheryl Swoops was the very first one in 2002 to have that signature shoe with
Yeah.
Nike. Candace Parker did it with Adidas in 2010,
Yeah.
and obviously Caitlin Clark signed that massive $28 million deal with Nike back in April that we'll probably be talking about for years. I mean, who says? I mean, the WNBA is in the black or in the red. Doesn't matter because Caitlin Clark is in the black, so it's fine.
Yeah.
She's making money, so hand over fist. But that is us for this week. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. Vote Kate Martin. Please vote
Vote
Kate
K
Martin.
Martin. Vote K
We
Martin. Let's go, Asians Nation. We can do it.
we're gonna get her on that starting all-star team. That's the mission. But for now, we will catch you all very soon, and we'll see you next week.
All right, see you guys.